G'day everyone, welcome to the Opal Mills channel. So this is a channel where I just share a bit about what I do with Opal, what I get up to. It'll range from the mining, buying parcels, cutting, carving stones, and setting in sterling silver at some stage, some of them. Haven't got a claim this moment. We're in between scouting ground, so that's upcoming video. And this video is another one of these, just getting to a parcel of a subscriber, one of you guys, and just going through their parcel and cutting what I can out of what there is. Some of it's got a few issues on the stones, so I'm picking through them as I go. Whatever comes up, comes up. I tried to get something decent. It doesn't always turn out, but there are some really nice pieces in here, that's for sure. So working our way up nonetheless. Probably for the next video I'm going to get to carving, so we'll get to this piece, and I'm going to carve this, even though that little spot there, I can't take the colour down any further. I've not touched this at all, but if that colour comes down any further, I fear it will go very micromillimeter thin. But we're going to take this end down a bit here and see if we can get that bar to show a bit of colour down there on this potchy end. So we'll just take it down a touch and see what happens. But that'll be in another video, probably the next one of these videos. That's really nice colour in that. That is gorgeous. Anyway, another video. So for this video, I've just picked out a few bits. Some sort of, this person's tried to preform, and I think this one's sort of polished. I think it's very slippery. Yeah, that's dry, so it's tried to have a polish. But there is a bit of an issue down this end. Now, what I go for mainly, if I can, is clean stones. Now that is pretty clean, but that end is a bit of an issue with that being so close to the surface and going in a bit. It sort of can be a fragile edge. And for longevity, yeah, I might just improve this one a touch. And this one needs finishing off. It's got some really nice colour in it. And I think that'll be the bottom there, that potch line through the middle. I'll try and get a face out of there. It's a little bit mixed up, but there's some really nice blocks of colour in amongst all that. It all lights up at some stage. So that'll be those two. And we got some rough that have been rubbed. And we'll see what we can get out of these little chips. This one's got some really nice colour in it. We'll make a nice little black opal. Really nice. And just some little stones. Since they've got such fantastic colour, I'll make them into some little round stones, I think. It's not quite matching, but if only they did, it'd be a nice little pair of earrings. Yeah, this one still needs a bit of attention paid to it yet. It's got some nice pattern in there, almost script, like Japanese character. So yeah, we'll take this end off, I'd say, or down, and see what clears up under it, because that bar is reasonably thick, this end, this side. I think it just disappears off that side. So we can tidy this edge up, not a problem, and try to leave this side before it just disappears in colour. May go across a little bit further, but we'll see. I hope I'm not seeing it. Oh, I am. Oh, a big fracture through there as the stone dries out in my hands. You see that line running all the way through there. Oh, I didn't see that. Well, we have no choice, I'd say, but to grind that off there. There's still plenty of stone up this end, so it's not a total loss of a stone, but I will have to get rid of that. No two ways about that. Unfortunate. Thanks. Oh no, I broke a nail. So yeah, we'll see what we can do this one, salvage it. They're a really nice stone. Couple more bits, bit of a gamble. As far as what that colour there does, it needs to go down a bit to get to that colour, as the colour sort of does pretty much go through the stone a bit. And I was umming and ahhing on which way to cut it, so I thought I'd like that black to be the backing, but I don't think that colour there will translate well, and if I don't go through the black this side, it will still remain black, so we'll give it a go that way up. And this piece got some fantastic colour for white opal, but it's a lot of mess on the bottom that needs to come off, and hopefully there's no unforeseen cracks and stuff through it, and hopefully get a little stone out of that, be pretty bright. And finally, pulled out a bit of a, I'm not even sure how to describe this piece, a bit mixed up, but that'll have to come off the top. The black wasn't on the other side. I don't think we'll cut a very good stone that way up, so I'll have to go that way up. So we'll take that down and see how much of this comes across the stone. Hopefully get a really nice stone out of that. Hopefully that clears up, doesn't go too far through it. All this mess here, bit of mud mixed up in the opal mix. We'll see what we can do. So yeah, over to the wheel. So I'm going to start with this one. Start getting rid of this and see what's left of it. You can see it comes right up to there. So I'll try and just focus on this little side here and get rid of that. so this one, it's got a nice little stone in there, one over there. And I was humming and hawing on, should I cut it up that way, should I cut it that way? And the way it disappeared off the edge, there was just no way to come down to a face thick enough and get a decent stone. And I thought that this black would actually clear up. And that's the, nature of the beast though. So I might actually try and get a stone out of there. And out of there. So I have to trim them on the saw. Alright, so got a few more on some sticks down here, and these ones that I cleaned up earlier. So I'll just slowly go through them. Start with this one, it's quite nice. It's a little tiny one, but packs a punch. Some fantastic colour in that. Pity it wasn't bigger. But yeah, it turned out quite a nice little gem. Missing a little ring stone or something. Gorgeous. This one, the bars were playing around a bit in it, and it didn't sort of translate too well. Just can't zoom in a bit more. Yeah, it's there, but very directional, this one. And this one, it's a leg shape. Nice and clean. Most of these cleaned up pretty well. On the faces, they're all pretty clean enough. And yeah, maybe on the back, every now and then there might be a little tiny spot of sand. That one turned out really nice. White opal. Colour most of the way around at some stage. This one sort of didn't turn out as well as hoped. And yeah, not much colour left in it. It's very hard to see at a distance. Yeah. This one, nice and bright. Get this light up. There we go. Hands are fogging up. It's very cold over here at the moment. This nice little crystally sort of look to it. These two, there's sort of issue stones at the back. I'm sure a bezel will hide that little tiny imperfection there on the side. Other than that, that's not too bad. Little stone, little ring stone. Same as this one. It's a bit more directional though. Flashes up really nicely on that angle. Around here it doesn't. really do too much. This one, yeah, it's a nice stone. I'm just not sure about whether there are cracks in it or not. Might just be the stone, but still, there's a bit of sand in there as well. But yeah, not too bad anyway. And this one's more as a specimen one. I tied it up anyway, but it wasn't coming clean. All that sand in the face kind of goes all the way through. So I had to stop somewhere, and yeah, it's a bit of weak colour, but go into the collection. So yeah, I grabbed another couple of bits while I was doing all these, and it's really way better to see this one in person. That purple there is not quite as intense as in dark, but it is a really nice flood that goes really well with all this sparkliness over the other side, and even that's not showing very well in the camera. That is really nice little stone, that one. It came up clean. Some of these were already partially done. I've just sort of given them a final shape and a clean up. So this one didn't realise it, but it has a crack. I'll just jump straight to it. If we can see it. It's very hard to see, but it's there. And it was there the whole time, but thought I might have been able to get it out. It runs around here. I don't know if you can see that. Just under my finger. But for all intensive purposes, you don't really notice it. It'll go well in their collection, or they can make a ring out of it. But yeah, bright little stone. And this little baby, I really like this one. This one turned out fantastic. Absolutely gorgeous. It's got a nice little bar in it, sort of low dome. So bright and sparkly though. That pinfire is great at a distance. It's so gold in hand. That's a little bit deeper in colour, more intense than you're seeing in camera as well. Yeah, the camera's a very funny thing, filming Opal. Yeah, that one looks pretty much as it is in hand. A nice little pendant stone. Came out well. And lastly, this was one that they'd started tidying up, so I just finished it off. It's got a bunch of sand in the back and that though. But yeah, if you can get past that and just look at the opal, it's a pretty cool stone. Nice and sparkly. So yeah, there we go. There's another quick cut. And some more to add to the parcel here. So I'm going to start getting on and do some other stuff now. I've got a Cube PD parcel. I've got a carving of some of this stuff to do yet. Got a Cube PD parcel, got some more matrix. Yeah, plenty to get on with. So I'll continue on with this though, and I'll show you some progress as I go, but I'll leave it till the carving one before I go on with these anymore. And yeah, get some other stuff out. Hope you enjoyed. Cheers.